Hello, I'm Dr. Brant Gibson, and one of the big strengths that we have when we're managing peripheral neuropathy is there are techniques that can be used to treat it. There are things that you can do, and one of the most powerful that we're trying to help people understand, which has never been that people aren't using, people don't realize they can actually use this, is the release of peripheral neuropathy. So as you remember, we've talked about multiple things. If you've listened to any of my videos, we've talked about repressing peripheral neuropathy, which is the most common way that it's treated, where you're taking medication or other things just to take away the symptoms. We've talked about repair, which is the most powerful way. If you could actually repair the nerves, repair the way they're functioning, that actually helps. But we've also talked about two others, re-education and reset, that are designed to help them nerves function more like they're supposed to. But this newer one of release is very, very powerful. And there are multiple ways that you can actually release. One is meditation, one is self-hypnosis, and one is to be unhackable. Today, I'd like to talk to you about self-hypnosis. And a lot of individuals are going, okay, if it's self-hypnosis, isn't it just meditation? Let me talk to you a little bit about how they differ. Because the truth is, hypnosis and meditation are very different in how the body functions or how the mind functions in them. Meditation has been practiced for thousands of years. Hypnosis has been around for that long, but really the hypnotism portion of it is a much more recent process. And while they appear very similar, hypnosis and meditation differ in several important ways. And I'm going to go through those right now. Number one, you're hypnotized several times each day. Each time you're more involved with your thoughts than you are with the outside world, you're hypnotized. You've experienced this while watching a movie or reading a book. Have you ever driven in the car only to wonder where the time went after arriving at the destination? You were hypnotized. It has been suggested that people are technically hypnotized after watching only 7 seconds of television, which is why it becomes a mindless act, because you're hypnotized. They're actually keeping you involved in what they want you to pay attention to. Number two, meditation is designed to help you be devoid of thought. So in most types of meditation, the objective is to concentrate on an object, such as the breath or a single object in the room, and create a mental state with minimal thought activity. Hypnosis, on the other hand, number three, is dissociative. It is in a highly hypnotized state. The subject is unaware of his immediate surroundings. It's like being in a dream that you're in control of. So you can be directed yourself, or if you're being hypnotized by another individual, this other individual is controlling that dream. So meditation and hypnosis are opposites. Meditation is complete presence, where self-hypnosis is where you're unaware of the surroundings and you're focused on the task of the activity. Both techniques can be useful tools for managing stress or anxiety, and both can be equally effective for dealing with, but some individuals are going to have a better time, an easier time meditating. Some individuals are going to have an easier time with hypnosis. I have some individuals that their peripheral neuropathy gets worse, for example, if they focus on their breathing, whereas with self-hypnosis, they can forget about the breathing, they can forget about the body, they can forget about the pain and the symptoms and so forth, and just move into that state where they're focused on what they're trying to accomplish. So hypnosis can be viewed as experience something with your senses that's not really there. For example, when you close your eyes and imagine something, this is a position of being hypnotized to a degree. When you relive a conversation in your head, when you think about something that you did earlier in the day, you revisualize an activity, those kind of things, that's a form of hypnotism. And the truth is, visualization, which is used very, very commonly by high performers, is a form of self-hypnotism, where you're actually taking yourself from the conscious mind, you're moving yourself to the subconscious mind, so you can actually use that to accomplish what you're trying to do. So if you think about that, that helps you understand that really hypnotism or hypnosis is outcome oriented. You're trying to accomplish something where normally meditation isn't used that way. So hypnotism can be used to get over trauma, to overcome the limitations you have from your peripheral neuropathy. It could be a way to help you lose weight or quit smoking or whatever. But the idea is you're moving really to a more aggressive outcome-based process. And again, hypnosis is aimed at the subconscious, not the conscious mind. And hypnosis is considered an altered state where meditation is focused on truth and it puts you into a deeper level of what's going on. So although they're very different, they can be used in very similar ways, but it's important that you know the difference because self-hypnosis can be very, very valuable. So let me give you an example. Let me help you go into the process of self-hypnosis. It can be very simple. We're really going to use it as a relaxation technique in this case, and not necessarily take you to the point that you could with peripheral neuropathy, because you can really take self-hypnosis a lot deeper when you're working with the discomfort and distractions and even the disability that comes with peripheral neuropathy, and you can eliminate those if you learn how to do this correctly. So I'm going to take you through 5 steps to help you reduce stress with self-hypnosis. Number 1, turn off everything that could be disturbing or distracting. A cell phone, for example, it's very, very important that you turn off all of the notifications. If you have a watch that's going to buzz or whatever, I would even remove it to make sure that none of these things, so you can actually truly get into the peace and quiet that will be necessary to fully relax. Number 2, get comfortable. Find a body position that will allow you to fully relax but not fall asleep. Sitting in a comfortable position, supportive, and a good chair, for example, can work. Some individuals may get a little bit cold as they relax deeply, so sometimes the light blanket might be a good idea for you to have on hand. In my case, that's not going to happen. I'm going to always be too hot, so I would not use a blanket for me. Number 3, close your eyes and imagine you're floating in a pool of warm water. You can feel the warmth fully penetrating your body, every part of your body. Your body is so relaxed and your mind is so calm. Imagine a chalkboard floating a comfortable distance in front of you. Imagine that in one hand, you're holding a new perfect piece of white chalk. And on the other hand, you have a brand new eraser that works perfectly every single time. And what you're going to do is you're going to start writing the number 100, erase it, then write 99 and erase it, and slowly count down all the way down to number 1. If you lose track, go back to the last number you remember and start over there. This can be a challenging task, especially to keep your mind from wandering. But by going through this 100 down to 1, you're actually allowing yourself to get into a hypnotic state. Now picture a door. It's perfectly handcrafted, a perfectly handcrafted wooden door. It's slightly rough and warm to the touch. The door opens easily, and on the other side, you find your ideal environment. Whatever that is for you. It might be a beautiful beach, a meadow by a mountain lake, or a beautiful garden. It's your space, so whatever makes it pleasing to you, that's what you want. Enter this perfect space and make it even more perfect. You could add or subtract trees. You can bring birds, for example. You can do whatever is necessary to make it even more of a perfect location. And that includes sounds, that includes individuals, that includes surroundings, whatever you need to make it the perfect location for you. And remember that you can do whatever you want here. Take the time to create the ideal setting that feels the most peaceful to you. Enjoy the space for as long as you can, as long as you would like. As a general rule, the more time you're able to spend in this perfect imaginary space, the longer you'll be able to maintain that feeling of relaxation. It might be a good idea to set an alarm if your time is limited. That way you won't be worried about the time or be late for something if you were to completely relax and fall asleep. It also allows you to not have to think about time at all while you're in this location. This is a good one that you could practice. This is a good one that you can use for times of mild stress and anxiety. But think about this. Think about the fact that you can put yourself in any situation. You can actually improve your abilities in certain situations by self-hypnosis. You can actually improve how you react. If you're saying, okay, I want to use this for peripheral neuropathy, I'm going to focus on times when my hands really, really hurt. And I'm going to imagine what it's like for them not to hurt. And I'm going to put my subconscious mind to work to eliminate those symptoms. I'm going to put my subconscious mind to work to say, okay, I'm going to do this activity and not have the symptoms that usually come with it. I'm going to participate in an exercise activity that I enjoy and not have my peripheral neuropathy be worse. I'm going to imagine myself maybe lying in bed at night and the symptoms just going away, where you can say, okay, usually at night I have pretty significant burning, shooting electrical shocks. And I'm going to picture myself in bed in those situations and imagine that completely gone. Now, this is a process. This is a technique that will take quite a bit of time, and it's not the only thing. I'm not saying, okay, we're going to do something magic and we're going to make your symptoms go away just by visualizing it or self-hypnosis, but it's another tool in your armamentarium that you need to truly manage your peripheral neuropathy so you can live the extraordinary life you deserve to live, even with peripheral neuropathy. This is Dr. Brent Gibson, and this is your Neuropathy Nugget Day 279, self-hypnosis as a piece of the puzzle to help you thrive even with peripheral neuropathy.